If you've been watching, you know that we have had some issues with our 9560. It's currently down, but does that mean that we're gonna jump ship on it and be looking for a different tractor? Maybe. I finally get to spend some time running the Mandako Storm VT tool in the 9570R, the big horse. Well, the tractor warms up. I'm gonna show you guys on this Mandako what's a little bit different. So this year, we've got a 33-foot wide implement compared to what we had last year was 27 feet wide. The other difference is the concave disc blades. So instead of being completely straight, these have a little concavity to them. The reason we did that was first off to go a little wider because we decided the 8000 series didn't quite have enough power to pull that 27 footer at the speed we wanted. So we knew we were going to the bigger horse, so we just went 6 feet wider to get the extra width on the implement. And we wanted the concave disc blades because they throw more soil. We really felt like they would mix the soil better, make things a little bit blacker. You still get that chopping action to break up the residue, but it also stirs it up more. It does a little more tillage. As you can see, we've definitely got some hills to contend with out here in this field. But it's a nice big 250 acre piece, so it's pretty efficient. There's just a little bit of gear shifting and it gets a little tricky to try and keep things at speed. This was VT'd last year, so it's pretty smooth for the most part. We're just coming back with the storm and going in the 7 or 8 degrees in the opposite direction. This tractor definitely rides a little bit rougher than the RTs. Once you get used to those RTs, they're pretty nice. This takes a lot more room to turn, but it's cool. They're big. I mean, they definitely have their place. I can't say for sure which one I'd rather have, but I'm leaning towards an RT. But for now, I should probably just crank up the music and let you guys get yourself a little Mandako Storm VT tillage montage. Hit it! Are holding a lot more moisture here than they have anywhere else that I've been all year.
Those wet spots are still pretty wet.
Yeah, you actually can't get into them as far as we could last fall.
Yeah, I noticed that around that slough, which is pretty strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same way kind of in the middle of the field in that spot and then around that slough by the highway.
Oh wow, in the middle of the field, I thought we'd be able to get all of that now with a tile around there.
It's pretty close, but it's, you know, it's the same as last fall. As of now, the plan is that Nate 2.0, who we have not seen yet this spring, is going to come out here in probably about an hour now and take over for me. I got quite a few acres covered here, probably 100, 120, and he's going to take over for me. I'm going to run home to Dad, maybe run him down to the roller to bring Dad home. We're going to do a bunch of shuffling around, and eventually I will grab the planter, bring the planter up here, and get going to town. But we were at a point where the planter had caught up to tillage. Jim took the day off, Dad took the day off, so we just had we had some people laying low for a half a day here, and I decided to hop in here, get some tillage done. We'll get the planter going real soon here. There's my reinforcement right there. Or is that a hitchhiker? Are you taking over?
I guess.
All right, that'll be fine with me. I've been bouncing around long enough.
Perfect.
That's a big dusty machine right there. You thinking you're gonna spray today?
I don't get that far. I kind of like it. quick bit roller first, fix boom, and
At least get ready for it.
put it up. So, yeah.
Yep. While I was gone, Dad sprayed our 140 acres of conventional corn. Now what we're gonna do is switch all of our chemicals over, and we gotta spray pre-emerge herbicides on our soybeans. So we only spray the conventional corn because we can't come back with the same chemistry to kill off the weeds, so we put a good pre-emerge down on that to help control those weeds because we don't have the glyphosate or the Roundup option later. And on the other hand, we spray a pre-emerge on the soybeans to control those weeds before we actually get back to them. Because once we get the sprayer going, as soon as we're done planting, if there's corn above the ground, we're gonna come back with the sprayer and spray our first post-emerge pass on that. We generally don't put a pre-emerge pass on the corn. Some people do, it's just an individual operation choice. It's a management decision. While we're at it, we need to check on chemicals that we have for our post-emerge corn pass because we added close to 300 acres of corn, which means we're probably a little bit short on most of our chemicals, so we are going to need to order some more. We've got some of a generic Sure Start 2, they'd call it, on there. We're going to check and see how many we've got on the bottom of that pallet and see if we need to order some. We've got at least 40 gallons there. I don't know what's in the middle, but there's at least 40 gallons here. So we need another 50 gallons?
50 or 60. I'd order 60.
60 gallons. I will see what FBN has. So FBN doesn't have actual Sure Start 2 in stock right now, but they've got a generic, and in the 2.5 gallon jugs, it's 41.5 a gallon. Estimated to be here by Thursday, or we can pick it up on Tuesday. Nate just texted me on that water in the back of Pocket Lake. He said definitely go around it with the planter because he just about pulled the gym. So I told him that would have made good video, and he said, well, then I've got a pretty good spot for later if I want it. It's funny how that field is only 5 miles north of here, and it's not like it's not wetter than normal, but it's not like around here where everything is bone dry. We don't have a spot that we have to go around here right now. Where's it leaking at?
Right on the bend. There's a cut.
In the front where it's got to fold all the time?
Yeah, right under by that bracket.
Okay. What about this sleeve they've got around it here? Probably wouldn't hurt to try and get that around it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a little tricky to get that around it. Yeah. And what happened, I was cleaning the sprayer out,
Yeah.
and I had straight water in there. And I got the pressure too high, and then it blew a hole in it. But it had to be about going anyway,
Right.
because I shouldn't have done that, but I had high pressure.
Is that side off?
No.
So I think we could pull it through. Do we want to push? We can pull this off maybe? I don't know if we'll be able to get this off.
See if that works.
This is probably pretty tight.
Can you still pull more?
Yeah.
I didn't think it would slide this easy.
No, once it's on there, it's not bad. Comes from
As long as
so
I
that
don't
might work
cut
too.
anything else.
Yeah, don't cut that wire.
Yeah.
A hacksaw?
Yeah, or what do you think?
To
Something-
cut that, you mean?
Yeah, to get back behind there. You can't reach in there with a knife.
Can
To get this out of the way, maybe.
Can I get it from this side? Not sure if the camera picks it up or not, but the hole in the hose is actually right around this area, right here. Yep, I got it. There.
There's no washer.
That's
still
halfway
there?
on. Huh? There's no washer. No, it's a castle nut. New hose is on. I'm just gonna run spotter here and watch this pivot point while it folds just to make sure everything looks okay, so we don't have to do it again. That wire in there, we had extra wire, and now it's awfully tight. So When we had extra. This still seems pretty tight to me. I'm gonna go check the other side. It's definitely tighter on the side we just did. I'll see if I can pull a little bit through there. I got some more pulled through there. Pretty sure we're gonna be okay now. Looks okay when it's open. Wants to keep bunching over here. Yeah, we can try it. It's clear of everything. It's just like the way it sits. The hose itself, the wire's good now, but the hose gets a little tight when you close it. But it has plenty of slack, so I think it's fine. See, right here it loops around that. And it's snug, but if it needs, the bottom's plenty loose all the way up to here, so it can pull. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna call that fixed. What do you think, Didge? Did we fix it? You didn't have to get up. You go back to taking a nap. We go get that roller now?
Yeah. Is it okay we wait and load the seed trailer in the morning?
Yeah, we can do that too. On to the next job here. We're kind of getting down there on acres. We've got 500 acres left to plant. Half of it's in the field that I was just running tillage in that 2.0 is running on now, so we're getting there. We're kind of picking away at things. Yeah, that's it. While I'm letting that warm up, I'm going to show you guys what I got here if you haven't seen it and you're not sure what the land roller is. So this is a 60-foot wide Mandako land roller. We bought this, upgraded from our 45-foot roller that we had. I get a lot of questions about why we do it, because why are we out in the field driving around creating compaction? Well, what we do is this field is planted into soybeans, and soybean plants, the pods, the beans that we want to harvest in the fall grow all the way down to the ground. So we've got to run the headers of the combine right on the ground, which is dangerous when there's rocks, little rocks that stick up and stuff. You can pick up rocks, run them through the machine, which is obviously not good. But also the root balls from last year's corn crop, these will hold a lot of dirt in them. They'll feed into the header, the soybean header. They'll also cause the header to ride up over them so that you don't get all your soybeans. So we like to roll it to get a really nice flat level field so that the heads ride really nice. That's the reason we roll our soybean ground. As far as compaction goes, yeah, this thing's heavy, but when you lay it out across 60 feet, you're really not creating compaction. You're creating more by running the tractor over the ground than you are the roller here. It really just, it smashes down that top layer. You're not creating a lot of compaction down in the soil. You're not making it hard for the seed to come up through. You're just leveling off the field. There's not a lot of PSI on this roller, and so we're not worried about compaction with it. But as a side note, if there's any wet spots at all, we just stay out of it, because once that thing starts picking up mud, bad deal. Just a quick 20 acres on that one, not a whole lot of time. Now we go back north. It got a little later than expected. Dad quit a little early on me. We're not going planting tonight. Well, see you later.
So you just told me 10 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, but now you're on camera and we're setting this up for a sponsor.
I'm sorry.
This is show business, jeez. You just can't teach an old dog new tricks.